We have the Navajo County Victims Rights Symposium. It's taking place on May 17th this year. It's a full-day training event, and it's our 13th year. It's something that I'm very proud of, and I've been a part of since the very beginning.
Welcome to Shooting Straight with Brad and David. I'm David Klaus, your Navajo County Sheriff.
And I'm Brad Carlon, your Navajo County Attorney.
And this month we're joined with Roxanne Pergeson, with Victims Services Director for Navajo County and works at the Navajo County Attorney's Office. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're a repeat guest we've had before, but it's a special month that in your field that you work in. You got a big event coming up, so we kind of wanted to highlight that and kind of talk about what you do. So tell us a little bit about what the Victim Services position does there and what you guys do with the victims and your upcoming event.
Sure. So I work for the Victim Services Department. It's a department of the Navajo County Attorney's Office. In addition to having the Victim Services Department, we also have a nonprofit arm called the Family Advocacy Center. So what we do is we help actually all victims of any crime type in Navajo County. It doesn't matter if it's a low-level disorderly conduct up to homicide cases, child abuse cases, sexual assault cases. Victims of any crime type, we can provide courtroom assistance, crisis response services, outreach, education, and training. And then our Family Advocacy Center provides forensic interviews, and also, in addition to that, counseling programs and a victim advocate to help victims of child abuse, child victims and their families. So that's in a nutshell what we offer as far as our department is concerned. Regarding our upcoming event, we have the Navajo County Victims Rights Symposium. It's taking place on May 17th this year. It's a full-day training event, and it's our 13th year. It's something that I'm very proud of, and I've been a part of since the very beginning, 13 years.
You said it's a training event. What kind of training is it, and who is it directed towards?
So it is a training surrounding topics that might be prevalent in victims' lives or regarding crime that might impact victims. So we bring in topics along the lines this year. For example, we're bringing in workshops related to child abuse cases, domestic violence cases, human trafficking, which is an up-and-coming topic within people in our field, stalking, and then we might have a death penalty presentation, all centered around criminal justice, crime, and the impact that that might have on victims.
And I know that typically you get hundreds of people to attend the symposium, but what is the makeup of the people who attend?
So we get various people. It's open to the community, so a normal community member can definitely sign up and attend. We get victims who actually attend the Victims Rights Symposium. But
what do they get from it?
So they can learn more about maybe the impact that their crime might have had on them, the traumas that they might have experienced, learn more about the crime that they might have been a victim of. And sometimes a lot of victims want to be in a position where they become better educated because they are in a position where they want to use their story to help other people.
So they want to become advocates in a sense themselves.
Yes, yep. And a liaison to people who they know are suffering. It's a very common thing I hear from victims that we serve.
So besides victims, what are other classifications of people that might attend? I know law enforcement does, but what other ones?
We have court staff that attends. We have social workers, counselors, school officials. We even have defense attorneys. We have some prosecutors that attend. We have judges that attend. We have people who work within the counseling field. We have people off of the reservation area that might be in the social services department there. DES attends. We have almost any kind of agency you could think of that might be in a position. Clergymen might be one, where they could either be disclosed to or be in a position to help or serve victims who need further education about particular topics.
Yeah, so what location, date, and those types of things? It's May 17th?
May 17th, yep. So we hold the Victims Rights Symposium in Snowflake. It's at the Northland Pioneer College. That's where the training goes on. But we actually have a lot of extra events that we run during this event. It's more than just a training, it's really an experience. It's $10 to sign up, but with that $10, you get access to all of this training. In addition to that, we have a full catered luncheon ceremony where we spend some fun time giving out awards and recognizing youth within our community. They participate in a youth workshop and get an opportunity to participate in a contest where they can win some pretty cool prizes.
What is the youth workshop topic this year?
So our youth workshop topic is on internet safety. In particular, what I wanted to focus on was this common theme that we are seeing. There's a phrase out there called sextortion, but it is a form of human trafficking within social media that is targeting youth in their own homes. And so we're working with some agencies to bring in a presenter on that particular topic.
And then if there's parents that would like their kids to attend or kids to attend, what is the age group that you focus on and how can they come?
Yeah, so they actually can register through Eventbrite, the same registration that all of our attendees will register through. All of this information is available on Eventbrite. We even have a website. The age ranges are 13 years of age to 18 years of age because the topics we do understand can be a little bit more mature in some ways, and we want it the topic to be relevant to the age of the people who are attending. And they actually, that's what I wanted to let you guys know, is that youth, there's no charge for youth. So if you're coming to do the adult workshops, you have to pay the $10, but children can come for free, and we can have 75 children there.
And do schools sign kids up to attend?
Yes. So we have a contest. It's a poster video PSA that we offer. It's actually community-wide. Anybody can sign up for this youth contest, and the contest always focuses on developing a PSA, either a video or some type of picture or photograph that we could utilize to help raise awareness and education around the topic. That is, this year would be around internet safety. And with that, they get recognized at our awards luncheon ceremony, and they have a chance to win upwards of $500.
It's a good incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah, per student there, huh?
Yeah.
Or per project.
Per project.
There could be more than one student working on a project, especially the videos.
Yeah.
So yeah, last year I remember the lunch is always well attended with all the schools, and then the awards. You also recognize others in victim services, law enforcement, and counselors. Tell us a little bit about those awards too.
So we have a Navajo County Distinguished Services Award, and it's for victim service providers or volunteers. We have an award specifically for those individuals. We award a Prosecutor of the Year, and then we award a judge, or it's a judicial award. And then in addition we have a business award, and I'm trying to think, law enforcement. Did I mention law enforcement?
Investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you do a business award? How would a business be, what would they do to be recognized?
Well, businesses actually contribute a great deal of financial incentive to organizations like the FAC, which is a nonprofit. If they have an invested cause, they put money, effort, and advertising, and a lot of help us to recognize crime that's prevalent within our community.
Okay. How do people get nominated for these awards?
So we actually have a form. I emailed that out, but it will also be available on our Eventbrite for people to access, and then they can submit it all online, and then it goes over to us, and then I think the deadline for that award is April 19th.
Then is there some committee that reviews them?
Yes, we have a panel of judges that takes a look at it and decides who is the best, and then we recognize that individual at our awards luncheon.
And going back to the student poster video contest, is there a panel that reviews those too to determine who the winners are?
Yeah, actually my victim services staff, we all sit together and we have a judging criteria which is listed on all of our rules. So we go around to all of the schools and we have a big packet with all of our forms, all of the rules regarding the year's instructions, the contest, and even education and materials on the topic, because the whole goal of the PSA is not only to give us some tools in order to raise awareness within the community, but to give them some food for thought, to get them to investigate and learn about the topic on their own, so they might be more aware and share that information within the community.
And is there a different place for them to find that information than the Eventbrite?
So we do have a website. It's actually www.ncao, Navajo County Attorney's Office, ncaosymposium.com.
And is there a place for them to look at winning entries from prior years to get an idea of what has stood out to the judges in the past?
Really, when it comes to the youth contest, we're looking for creativity, people who are really committed, who are educated about the topic. So a lot of our winning videos might have something in there that says a plug, if it's domestic violence, the National Domestic Violence Hotline. It doesn't have to necessarily be our program, it can just be resources and material. It can't have like explicit language, it has to be taken seriously, and we actually have some very talented youth that have provided us a lot of really great content throughout the years.
And then do you do anything with the submissions that are of a good quality after the symposium?
Yeah, we make them available through YouTube, Facebook pages, so we advertise them. We actually are going to have a People's Choice Award. So once we have all of these entries in, we'll post them on the Navajo County Attorney's Office Facebook page, and people can go in and vote for their favorite. So they can also be recognized through social media platform.
Yeah, I remember last year those videos were pretty well done and pretty impactful, you know, with the topic that was given. I still remember watching that thinking they really grasped the concept you were doing that. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, and it really is through the support of teachers in our community that really care about what we're doing. We have a few teachers that come almost every year, bring their class. They, in addition, have their students actually help us with the symposium, which is a great experience for them to learn how to put on an event like this, help set it up, understand behind the scenes the work that goes on, and the kids just really enjoy it.
And again, remind us the topic is about the dangers of online, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And being a victim services director, I'm sure working with victims, I mean, that's one that I know we're doing a lot of investigating and prosecuting right now, is this the grooming and the communicating and of the online dangers that are out there.
And for so many of them, there's a peer pressure, you know, take a naked photo of yourself and share it with me, and they'll do like a thing on Snapchat and they think it disappears, but they click to get a hard image of it before it disappears, and then it's out there forever, and then they get threatened that if you know, you don't do this or that, then we'll let everybody see your photos.
Yeah. As a parent of teenagers, it's a constant worry of mine. It's being in this job, I'm always trying to reinforce how to be safe online. But I will be honest, it's difficult because they're always a step ahead. These scams are always a step ahead, and it can be very overwhelming and daunting.
So you get a lot of parents that do come to these workshops for this type of training and
for the youth workshop?
Yeah. For the symposium, you have different trainings and workshops. Do you have any that are geared for parents like that for protecting themselves, or?
Yeah, actually,
or working with their.
We've had in past years, and even this year, we would never deny a parent an opportunity to come to a youth workshop at all. We've had in past years people who are just law enforcement officers who knew about the topic and wanted to attend that one, and we allowed them to do so.
There's just always good content in there of taking home and educating your children on.
Right.
This is the 13th year that your office has put this on. You having any trouble coming up with new content every time?
I am recycling. I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I've done domestic violence quite a bit, but domestic violence is very prevalent within our community. It's something I talk about on here and on other platforms all of the time, so I never mind. Actually, I go to a lot of my coordination groups because we have an MDT, multidisciplinary task force, and a sexual assault response team that we run, and I filled them. I'm like, what trainings do you think would be relevant to bring in? Almost everybody unanimously thought we need to get back to the basics when it comes to domestic violence. We can talk about niche topics regarding these types of crimes, but really we need to just talk, what is DV? Let's start from the beginning. And a lot of our content will be that this year, just child abuse. What is child abuse? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the impact. What is a crime? What's the crime of child abuse? What's the impact to the child? Topics like that, just back to the basics.
Unfortunately, it's stuff we see every day.
Yeah, you know, you say, well, I'm kind of recycling. I don't think that's an issue really, because we have to and you have new audience that comes in, you have new generations that are coming into, you know. And
there's new information. Look at strangulation. A decade ago, there wasn't a lot out there, but now we have special strangulation people for analysis to look at it. It's a key for some ag assault cases now.
Yeah, and then social media and electronics and those types of things go in there. Well, Roxanne, we're running short on time, but please remind us when, where, how, and all those good things of how we get in contact, how we sign up, and where it'll be.
Yep, so it's the Navajo County Victims Rights Symposium taking place on May 17th, 2024 at the Northland Pioneer College in Snowflake, Arizona. You can register through our website, www.ncaosymposium.com, and through Eventbrite as well. There will be information, all of our awards and everything will be posted.
Lunch is provided.
Lunch is provided by Celebrations.
Yeah, and great training and all those things. Well, good. We're looking forward to it, and we appreciate you putting this on and always being that great director for victim services. And with the work the FAC does as an investigator that's, you know, been here in this county for the last 16 years working in this field, as a rural county, we really are doing some tremendous things. I say we, you know, as a county and as criminal justice that is providing services that you only see in larger communities.
And what Roxanne has done with the Victim Rights Symposium has been recognized on a statewide basis as one of the best county victim services program. The Arizona Prosecuting Attorneys Advisory Council puts in for a STOP grant these last few years to help subsidize it, because they know that the value it brings not only to Navajo County but to the region. And there's others, Attorney Generals has acknowledged what we've been doing is above and beyond what most counties do.
Yeah. Well, kudos to you and your team for doing that and being there for all of us that work in the criminal justice field. Yeah. Your work advocating for victims is so important, so thank you again.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me, and you know, I couldn't do it without my team, my staff, who really helped me every step of the way. I'm so proud of them.
And thank all of you for joining us this month for Shooting Straight with Brad and David.